Welcome back. Hey, here's a cool idea. Do you want to connect with nature through a musical experience? The Moth Project is a visual performance that shows us about how our lives intertwine with those very famous cocooned creatures. Grammy-nominated producer and musician Peter Kieswalter is here to tell us more. Peter, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us all the way from the Big Apple. We know you're coming into Austin here shortly, so we're excited to have you. Why don't you talk to us about the origins of the Moth Project and how it came to be?
Um, wow, good question. So, summer of 2020, this is the pandemic, right? At that point, all of my work had been pretty much canceled. I was about to go on the road for a year. And Whitney, the violinist in the Moth Project, I mean, she plays Broadway shows, so her gigs were all canceled. So we're thinking, what are we gonna do to make a living to pay the rent? I have three kids. I grabbed them because New York felt kind of dangerous at that time, and we went to my family cottage in Canada and quarantined there for basically the rest of the summer. I have a younger brother who's a biologist, and he was there with his kids. We were all quarantining together, and over campfires in the evenings, we would be sitting around thinking, well, what are we going to do? And literally watching moths self-immolate, go to the flame, like they're so famous for. And slowly over the course of a bunch of campfires and watching my little brother pick up a new hobby called mothing. Yes, it's a thing. It's birding, but with moths.
Oh,
He started showing me pictures that he was taking from the cottage that summer, and it blew my mind. I had never paid attention in the 45 years I'd been going there. I did not know that these things were around here. In one night alone, he documented 87 different species, which again is just crazy. I thought there were two kinds of moths, the ones that eat the trees and the ones that eat your socks, kind of thing. But like, he just showed me these pictures, all the colors of the rainbow. It was crazy. So I started to do a bit of homework about them and thinking, well, if all my work is canceled, could I do something with moths? Is there a show here? And slowly over the course of the summer, I started to put a story together. I'm basically telling the story of my family's migration from Europe to North America, but told through the portal of a moth's life cycle. And sure enough, we share a lot of things in common with like all creatures of the natural world, right? Like we're born, we die. In between, there's a lot of stuff we do. We try to survive, we migrate, we evolve, we change, we metamorphosize. Well, we don't, but I do have metamorphosis envy. So it sort of came about in that way. Summer 2020, all my work canceled, and thinking, well, what am I going to do? Maybe there's something here.
that is incredible. And when I think about like your brother's strong point, right, being a biologist and your strong
Yeah,
point being a musician, this is
yeah.
really kind of a labor of love. So I want to ask a little bit. We've been seeing it on the camera. It looks really immersive about what folks can expect at the show.
Yeah, so two musicians, myself and Whitney, who's from Austin, by the way. You might not know that, but we stand with our backs basically against a huge video screen. We wear all white and disappear into the projections. So this whole 75-minute show, we're being projected onto. It's like slow motion footage of moths in flight. There's lots of natural video, motion graphics, macro photography, all sorts of things. And we stand in front, play a series of 12 songs, and in between the songs, there's a bit of this narrative story being told about, our relationship to the natural world. That's what it looks like.
Well, we're excited to welcome Whitney home. And I will say what you mentioned about macro photography, once you start zooming in on these moths, they're little guys, that sort of thing, it's amazing how detailed and beautiful they are. I can see why you were blown away.
Well, I mean, you see them 12 feet high by 20 feet wide, and it looks like fur. It looks like a shag carpet on a wall. I never realized they were so furry and also so beautiful. Like the colors, even just from where we are up in Canada, orange, blue, purple, red, gold, see-through wings, all sorts of just beautiful colors. I thought I was in the Brazilian rainforest when I saw these pictures.
It's incredible. Okay, just real quickly here towards the end, the last 30 seconds, who would be a good audience for this and where can we catch y'all?
We're playing Saturday, February 8th at the Long Center in the Rollins Studio Theater. Tickets are going fast. We're going to be sold out, but there still are a few tickets left. What can people expect? Was that the question, or did I
Nope,
answer it all?
you answered it, Peter, and we're grateful for it. Thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you so much.
Guys, head to mothprojectlive.com to get tickets right now.